Hello everyone. Today I thought we would talk a little bit about Gunlancer, and we're gonna do it while I'm clearing this chaos dungeon here. So it's 1000 requirement, I'm 1010 at the moment, so pretty perfect for me. Hope we get in on the first try here. And Gunlancer is a class that I greatly enjoy. It's my main, but it wasn't my main from the start. I actually started out playing Shadowhunter because I had been looking at playing the Gunlancer before the game was released, but the videos I saw on it was not as enthusiastic as I would have hoped, so I kind of had a bad impression of the Gunlancer and ended up playing the Shadowhunter instead. But when I made the Gunlancer alt, when my Shadowhunter was around 500, I just immediately loved it and decided to bite the bullet and just switch main, which in hindsight I really shouldn't have at that point. I should have got to 600 before I switched main, because yeah, catch-up islands and all that stuff, right? So, but Gunlancer is something that's been discussed a bit in the Discord I'm a part of, the community I'm a part of lately. People are looking to make alts, and when they're looking to make alts, they look around for recommendations and what people think about the classes they are playing and if they would recommend them to pick them up as an alt and stuff, right? For many classes, the consensus is usually kind of like the same. Like, most people like the Sorcerer. But when it comes to the Gunlancer, I notice that some people really like it and some people absolutely don't. So I thought I would make my video on it, just get some thoughts down, show some gameplay, and see if I can translate my opinion of the Gunlancer well into this video, right? So one thing that you have as a Gunlancer is a very tanky class, right? So you have this shield that you can put on. You see that I get more HP, or I get a shield on my HP bar. So you're a very tanky class. There are no tanks in this game, but this is the closest thing as to a tank as available, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of piling mobs, and this is something I do on any class that I play basically, because most classes don't have enough abilities to just like shoot 4 or 5 mobs at a time. You kind of want to just build a big pile and then nuke them with like two or three spells. So just trying to find the bosses here, that one spawned pretty late. This build is not made for this type of content. This is not a build that I made for Chaos Dungeons. This is actually my solo play Guardian Raid build. So a couple of my skills are basically as dead in here. But still, like, you can see, like, the clear speed is super fine, the AoE is super fine, no problem doing this content at all. I actually think that out of all my 5 characters, my Gunlancer is the one that clears the Chaos Dungeons the quickest, because piling with this class, because it's so tanky, is so quick. You can just like see big pile there, 2 spells and everything except bosses are dead, right? Let's see, where did... shouldn't he have spawned now? I guess we need to kill some smaller mobs before the big floor boss spawns. There he is. Nice little crown and everything on him. Let's get the DPS buff going, see if we can one-shot him. No, didn't crit today. And there we go. Easy as pie. And we also got the bonus floor, that's nice. But yeah, so the positives of the Gunlancer, in my opinion, is that it's very like, it's a fun class to play. It's like, I like the power trip of just like seeing a big Guardian Raid boss shooting me with an ability that I just ignore and tank it to the face. That's a nice little power trip. It has this high skill floor, so if you played it as an alt and play it like fairly badly, you will still do pretty fine. But it also has a high skill ceiling, but the skill ceiling is not like, for some classes the skill ceiling is about the mechanical, right? Like being able to do the skill rotation properly, or like getting your movement skill down to like millimeter precision. On the Gunlancer, I would say the skill is more about like knowing when to use certain abilities, when to save your teammates with a taunt, stuff like that. And that is to be honest, the type of gameplay that I personally more enjoy. I like the meta gameplay more than the mechanical gameplay in most MMOs. So this is probably one of the reasons that I feel this class really suits me. There are a couple of downsides that people feel are to the class though, and I would say they are very personal, but one of the ones I hear the most is that it's slow. So you see that when I'm just running normally, I'm just gonna wait until this rift buff spawns. You have just a normal speed, right? But as soon as I activate my shield, you move pretty slow. But you can also just activate and deactivate your shield as much as you like, right? So like nothing is really stopping you from just putting it on. You also have, like, I'm playing with leap, so leap makes me just jump around. And I'm also playing with shield charge. I kind of hit the rock there. But shield charge, even when you have your shield up, you can just like run at full speed. So let's get here to the side. I'm just 150% movement speed or something for a few seconds. So if you need to dodge a nice mechanic or stuff like that, you have your movement skills to do it. It's like, yeah, I can't really feel that the movement speed is impacting me in any meaningful way. But to be honest, most of the time when like I don't run away from mechanics, I think that is also something that some people, like if you play this early on, you might still need to run from some mechanics, but a bit later you kind of don't need to run as much, and then movement speed is not the problem if you don't need to move, right? Oh, there it is. Talking and doing content at the same time is hard business, you know? When it comes to I think that would be in roughly 5 minutes or so, I imagine. You guys probably see it better than I, since you have the timestamp on the video. Build-wise, I'm playing what is often referred to as the blue Gunlancer. So I'm playing the engraving combat readiness. Basically like my blue skills. You have like blue skills and then you have red skills. So my blue skills do more damage. And I also have more shield when I'm in defensive stance. And when I get hit, I do more damage. So that's also one reason why you don't really run away too much, because getting hit actually means more DPS. You also play with barricade, which is really nice because when you have your shields up, you do 16% more damage. So it's basically like almost a grudge without any downsides to it, right? Or I guess it depends. Like as long as you handle your shields properly, there's no downside to it, because you should be shielded nearly all the time in most content. You also just like a stagger beast. That is something that I really enjoy. Like doing content and like there's a stagger check that you need to meet. Like 7 out of my 8 spells have stagger in, like most of them are high or mid-high, with like one skill that is mid, I think. I'm also just testing some stuff out, so I'm currently running this vital hit point here. Stagger attack effectiveness 36%, so I'm just like, my insane stagger is now 36% more insane, which is really sweet. Also, just a tip if you're looking to make this as an alt, right? So many of the engravings can be pretty pricey. Like if we take something like Grudge, right? So Grudge is a very popular for money classes. You can see that the blue skills here are like 20, the epic ones are up to 767. But like vital point hit is a really good one for me. I'm also building for this stabilized status, which is like another Grudge alternative, right? It's you do 16% more damage when your HP is above 80%, which is all the time basically for me. So if we check that one instead of stabilized status, you can or instead of Grudge, you can see that like I can pick up like rank. You can get these for one gold normally, right? Too. So like you can basically pick up to a full epic version for what that's like 140 gold if you like just take a little bit of time buying them over 1-2 days maybe. So like you can pick up a really good build super cheap. You also you don't really compete too much. Like the expensive one is really the combat readiness. But as you can see, like I'm this entire build with all the jewelry and everything on tier 2 here, I probably spent like less than 250 gold on. It's a really cheap class to have, which is also a huge benefit when you have it as an alt, right? So would I recommend the Gunlancer to an alt, like if you want to try it as an alt? So it really depends. Like if you are the very like high APM, super action oriented player, the Gunlancer is probably not for you. If you like the more slow, methodical sort of gameplay style, then it's a really, really fun class and a really good class. There are so many like bullshit things that you can get away with, just like ignoring mechanics, soloing content. Like I solo all my Guardian raids because I can't be arsed playing with pugs. And other classes can do that too, of course, but like I just solo it with the boss tanking me and I don't care. It's really, really fun. It's a nice little power trip. So I hope you liked the video, and keep your eyes up. I'm gonna do a build guide, I think. And I'm also gonna do some showcases of just soloing some tier 2 Guardian raids, and so you can get some content on that too. Anyway, have a good day, y'all.